What if it doesn't work? That's the question a young entrepreneur asked me when we were talking about building AI employees for his business. And honestly, it stopped me in my tracks because that one question reveals the biggest mental hurdle keeping entrepreneurs from getting real value out of AI. Let me explain. In today's episode, we're going to unpack why that question is holding so many people back and the simple mindset shift that completely changes how you build, train, and think about AI employees. I've had this same conversation with entrepreneurs over and over again. The ones who make this shift end up building AI and automation systems that become more valuable over time. But the ones who don't usually give AI a couple of tries and decide it doesn't work and go right back to doing everything themselves manually. By the end of this episode, you'll understand the mindset that gives early AI adopters a massive advantage over everyone who quits too soon. And while they're convinced that AI isn't ready, you'll be building systems that get smarter, more valuable, and harder to compete with every single day. Welcome to King Moves. In chess, the king moves one step at a time, but that single move can change everything. Each week, we explore mindset shifts and simple actions that could lead to the next breakthrough in your business and life. I'm your co-host, Ethan King, from Atlanta, Georgia, USA, entrepreneur, TEDx speaker, and best-selling author of Wealth Beyond Money.
And I'm your co-host, Justin King, no relation to Ethan, from Cape Town, South Africa, entrepreneur, speaker, and business growth strategist. Our journey crosses continents and cultures as we think out loud, challenge assumptions, and uncover the small moves that create big momentum. Welcome to King Moves. Let's start the conversation.
So last week I got on a call with a young entrepreneur. He's a solopreneur, no staff, no budget for staff, but he saw one of my keynotes and he wanted to build out some AI employees for his business. Smart move. Because look, getting AI employees set up, it isn't free. It does take time. It takes investment. But compared to human employees, it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the cost and the headache. Now, naturally, this young man had questions, but one of them stopped me in my tracks. He asked me, well, what if it doesn't work? And I just sat there puzzled for a second because in my head, I'm thinking, what do you mean, what if it doesn't work? It works as much as you make it work. See, that right there is the biggest mental hurdle people have to get over with AI. So here's what I told him. When AI doesn't work, you don't fire it. You don't throw it away. You retrain it. You have the power to reshape its thoughts, reshape its decision-making, reshape its logic, get it doing exactly what you want it to do. Try doing that with a human. Because when a human employee messes something up, there are 100 different reasons why. Maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe something else is on their mind. Maybe they just broke up with their boyfriend. Maybe they're feeling sick. Maybe they don't like their job anyway. Maybe they don't like you. Maybe they just don't give a damn. You can't fix any of that with a prompt. But with AI, all of that noise disappears. So if your AI messes up, there's really only one question to ask. Why did you do it that way? Like literally, just ask your AI, explain your logic to me. Walk me through how you arrived at this decision. And it will tell you in detail. That's when the magic happens, because now you can see exactly where the logic went off the rails, and you can correct that one spot. Not the whole thing, just that one spot. So if you do that a few times, you've got a smooth running process. Now, most people never get there. They quit at attempt number 2. Now, here's a trick I use every time I'm training an AI on something new, especially anything semi-complex. 3 magic words you put at the end of every instruction. Do you understand? That's it. Those 3 words force the AI to repeat the task back to you in its own words before it does anything. And that's your window. That's where you catch the misunderstanding before it becomes a mistake. You can spot the flaw in its thinking and correct it right there before any damage is done. So give that a try. Next time you're setting up an agent, end your prompt with, do you understand? and watch what happens. Okay, now here's why I need to slow down and talk to you like a friend, because this next part is super important. I have another buddy of mine. I helped him get some AI employees set up for his business recently, and he was blown away watching what these agents could do. Like, he got super hyped, and I get it. But he got comfortable too fast. He started letting them touch real numbers, real money on autopilot. And I warned him ahead of time. I said, don't do that. Here's my rule, and I want you to write this down. I do not let any AI agent touch anything that affects real money without a human in the loop, without my approval first. I've been running my OpenClaw and my Hermes agents for months now, and not one of them touches money on autopilot. Now, do I use them for financial stuff? Absolutely. Pricing, proposals, financial analysis, quotes, all of it. But a human reviews everything before it goes out, because AI makes mistakes just like humans make mistakes. Now, I've been in business over 20 years, and I've had human employees do bad math and send out the wrong quote to a customer. And get what we usually have to do. We usually have to eat the cost, because going back to a customer saying, oops, we quoted you wrong, that breeds contempt, and it doesn't usually end well. So we swallow the loss. Now, if humans can do that, of course AI can do that too. So you got to check it and double check it when it comes to money. My rule is simple. Anything dealing with my money, anything dealing with my health, I'm checking it twice. Yes, I use AI on my health too. I've got all my blood markers loaded into a personal health project. And anytime I'm thinking about a new supplement or a change to my diet, anything, I run it through that project first. And then I get a second opinion, because it's my body. I don't play with my health, and I don't play with my money. And you shouldn't either. So here's what I told my friend, and here's what I'm telling you. Set the rule up front. Tell this to your agent. Always show me your plan and wait for my approval before you execute. That's the guardrail. Now, when they try to make a change, you'll see it first. And then when they get it wrong, you say these magic words again. Explain your logic. Why did you change this price? Read through their thinking. Find the crack. Patch it. Then repeat. And I mean repeat. I would not consider putting an agent on any kind of autopilot until they've done a task perfectly 100 times in a row. And even then, I'm still watching, because we're dealing with real money. Ask lots of questions. Ask them how something may have affected their routine. Ask them how you can prevent this type of mistake in the future. Get in there and see what's happening in that brain. That's how you go from an AI that doesn't work to an AI that runs your business. Okay, look, here's the takeaway. Here's your king move. AI is not a puzzle piece. It's not a toaster. It's genius level intelligence, and it's malleable. Anything a human can do on a computer, AI can do it too. Once you assume yes going in, you become unstoppable. It's just a matter of training. So stop giving up on attempt number 2. Ask better questions, demand better logic, and keep a human hand on the wheel when real dollars are on the line. That's a wrap for today's episode of King Moves. Quick favor before we go. If this episode made you think differently or helped you see your next move more clearly, take 30 seconds and leave us a review. It helps the show reach leaders who need these conversations. Remember, in chess, like in business, one right move can change everything.
Take today's action step, make your move, and build momentum. And if you found value in today's episode, share it with someone who's ready for the next breakthrough. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our weekly conversations.
Until next time.